buenos días, bonjour. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Chef Noel. En el episodio de hoy vamos a hacer unas galletas gourmet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be making some gourmet cookies. Something different, I'm going to do a rosemary apricot white chocolate cookie. Vamos a hacer unas galletas de romero, chabacano y chocolate blanco. ¿Qué les parece eso, mi gente? Hay que empezar. Let's get started. For this one, not a lot of ingredients, but we will be needing some ingredients for this one. We're going to be needing some sugar, which everybody knows I uses my M&M's container for my sugar. We need all-purpose flour, baking soda, rosemary, butter. We got some apricots, dry apricots, brown sugar, vanilla extract, white chocolate chips. I like using this brand. We're gonna do some old-fashioned rolled oats and some salt. So let's get our mise en place together, and we have to use our scale for this one. So saquen sus básculas porque las vamos a necesitar hoy. Okay, I'll see you here in a bit. Now, for our measurements, I had to write it down myself here because I've been doing 2 batches of it, but on the recipes that you'll see posted, it'll be for 1 batch. Okay, so I had to write it down here. So for this, I am going to need 284 grams of flour. Okay, so remember to always zero out your scale. And we're going to measure 240 grams. Now, Christmas is coming, well, we have the festivals coming up already. Thanksgiving next week, which I'll be busy selling my breads, focaccia breads. After that, I will be maybe doing some videos on holiday breads that you guys could make for Christmas and share with your friends and family. But speaking of Christmas, since it's literally almost around the corner, you try to figure out what you want to get your significant other or for yourself. Just get yourself something nice that you'll need in the kitchen. For instance, the KitchenAid we'll be using. I got that one from Costco a few years back, and I was able to get it on sale, but that's something that you could utilize if you don't have one. And it does come in handy when it comes to baking or maybe with other stuff. So that would be a good idea to get someone or yourself is a KitchenAid machine, or get yourself some set of bowls that this comes a lot in handy. I have a lot of them, and sometimes you will need several bowls if you're trying to do something, a recipe that requires a lot of mise en place. So bowls will be something that you could utilize as well. All right, so let's get back here to our bread. To our cookies. So we have 284 grams of flour. We need 340 grams of butter, softened butter, mantequilla, un poco no tan dura, pero que sean más suavecitas. Okay, so for this, I recommend if you're planning to do cookies, either the day before or the day after, like say tomorrow, leave your butter out. Let it get to room temperature. Just leave it in a bowl or in some container and just soften it up. Nothing will happen. Or if you're gonna plan to do something like today, take them out early in the morning and just let it soften. Or if you just decided, quiero hacer galletas, se me antojaron, ponlos en el microondas. Just put them in the microwave for a few seconds just to soften them up. You don't want to melt it. You just want to soften them up. Okay? So let me go soften these up because they're still a little bit hard. I'll be right back. I softened up my butter. So I have here 340 grams of butter. Next, we are going to measure out 300 grams of brown sugar. Azúcar morena, 300 gramos de azúcar morena. Vamos a ponerle 0. Vamos a medir. Okay, so here we go, 340. I'm sorry, I need 300. The only reason that I decided to do some cookies today was because these are gonna be for my wife. She's taking these to work. Some kind of potluck they got going on for tomorrow, so she asked me if I could make them. So I figured, let's make a video on some gourmet cookies. So, and she really likes these, so hopefully you get to make them and try them and see for yourself. It's something different from a chocolate chip, which if you guys want to see a video on chocolate chip cookie that I have, I could do that as well. So please comment and let me know that that's something you would like to do. All right, so here is 300 grams of brown sugar. So then we get out of the way. Y vamos a necesitar 130 grams of regular sugar. Azúcar regular, so azúcar blanca. Okay? Entonces necesitan azúcar morena y azúcar blanca. So 130 grams. 130 gramos. So what is it? Anybody doing anything interesting for Thanksgiving today? For next week? Me, I am going on vacation. I am going to Mexico City to visit friends and family out there. Just for a couple of days. So but we'll be leaving the day after Christmas. I'm sorry, the day after Thanksgiving. So you'll probably be seeing this video when I'm on vacation. All right. Next, we're gonna need 370 grams of oats. So we're going to zero out. And oats in Spanish is avena. So necesitamos avena. I forgot I had some right here. So 370 grams. Anybody planning to do some volunteering for the holidays? Go to a soup kitchen or a good place. Well, technically, I think tomorrow is the day that they're doing it. At the place that I have mentioned before that I worked at, the homeless shelter in Pasadena, they're doing their food drive. Their food Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow that they're doing it. Either tomorrow or this Thursday. They do it always the week before Thanksgiving. I got to work that one last year, and it was pretty busy. It was pretty crazy. We fed I think we did 2,000 people that we fed last year. I don't know how many they're planning to do either tomorrow or Thursday, but might be a pretty big crowd. So if anybody's in the area, not for the Thanksgiving, but for other things, they do sometimes need volunteers to help out in the kitchen, just to do very simple things. Nothing complicated, just to help serve or help with the dishes or help put away product that's being donated. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet some pretty interesting people that work there or some of the people that actually live there. So please feel free, if you guys are interested, go to Union Station Homeless Shelter for the Adults, I think it's called, in Pasadena. So look it up. All right, so we have here already 370 grams of oat. We need 100 grams of apricot, but we do need to dice them. But first we'll measure it out and then we will cut them up. Okay, so 100 grams. But like I said, I am going to post a recipe for only one batch, because I'm doing a double batch of this. Okay, so I'll be doing you'll see the recipe for one batch. So don't worry about it. If you guys want to make double or triple, just multiply the recipe by 2 or 3. Very simple. Okay, next we need 114 grams of white chocolate. Here's a bigger bowl. So 114 grams. That's a lot right there. There you go. 114. We'll add that extra one that's there. So now we just need to add our salt and we need eggs too. I forgot. We need eggs. Let me get the eggs and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I completely forgot that we needed eggs. So for the recipe for this, for the double batch, we're gonna use 2 eggs. Now for the baking soda and the salt, instead of measuring it apart in some other container, just add it directly already to your flour and then we'll mix it. So for baking soda, we need 3/4 teaspoons of baking soda, but we'll just do it 6 times. Since I have a 1/4 teaspoon here, we'll just add 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then for salt, we need 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we just mix. You could just mix it with your hand, or if you have a whisk, or a fork, whatever you want, it's easier for you. We're just going to mix it in, okay? See, you make a mess. Like I always say, you always make a mess when you're baking or cooking. And so just be prepared that you are gonna get a little bit dirty. Okay, so we have that mixed. Like I said, we're gonna need some rosemary. So we're gonna mince this up. We need 2 teaspoons of rosemary, and we need 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Let me just start dicing our rosemary and the apricots, and then we'll put it all together using our KitchenAid. Okay, I'll be right back. So we're going to mince our apricots. It's gonna take a little bit of a time, so. Well, folks, see, that was very fast, wasn't it? Finishing up here the last one, and then we'll do the rosemary. We could just combine it all with the apricot, okay? Lo combinan todo con el chabacano. Very simple. Así de fácil. For the rosemary, más le vamos a hacer así para quitárselas del palito. Okay, pero tenemos que medir 2 cucharaditas. Okay, before we just dump it all in there, because we don't want it to overpower it and tasting a lot like rosemary. Make sure you measure out the 2 teaspoons. Was it 2 teaspoons? Yes, the 2 teaspoons. Okay, or 1 if you're gonna do just 1 batch of it. Very simple, and we just mince. Así de fácil. Now, you can get this at your store, or if you live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of wild rosemary, they won't cost you anything. Just like that. We need 2 teaspoons. So here is 1 and 2. Just all mixed together, okay? And that is it. Let me, we're gonna go a little pause right here while I get the KitchenAid and set it all up so we can start mixing it all together. Okay, I'll see you right back. Okay, got my KitchenAid going here. Got the bowl we're gonna be utilizing. So first thing is we are going to whip up our butter. So adding your soft butter in, all of them. And you're going to need a spatula, okay? Because you want to be scraping the bowl for this process and trying to combine everything all together. So now we have all of our butter here. This is going to be get tossed. Clean your hands, obviously, because you're going to have some of that butter. I'll show you in a minute how it's gonna look, okay? So I'll bring the camera here so you can see. We're gonna be using our paddle, okay? This is called a paddle. So that's what we're gonna be utilizing for today. So I'm gonna bring the camera here so you can see how it looks. So remember folks, like I said, this is where you're gonna need your spatula so you can start getting all the sides of the bowl. Okay, so just scrape off everything on the side, just like that, okay? And then continue whipping. Okay, so we're gonna be whipping it about 2 or 3 minutes. Gonna bring it down, scrape it one more time. We wanna make it whip, but we don't wanna over whip it at the same time. Then we're going to add our sugars, our brown sugar and white sugar. Okay, bring it back up and we mix. So start it off slow, okay? Don't go on high speed because then this is gonna be all over the kitchen. Okay, that's how it's gonna have to come together. Now, once we let it go for, like I said, a minute or two, next we're going to add in our eggs. Bring it down and just crack them in. Or crack them in your bowl and then just put them in directly. Whichever way you feel comfortable. But if you're not used to doing this, obviously you don't want any of these shells in there. So crack it in the bowl and just toss them in there, okay? Then bring it back up and mix. Next up, we are going to add in our oatmeal, followed by, also add in your vanilla extract in there as well. Newman, okay, sorry. Perdón, agregarle la vainilla. Always remember, get the sides. You want to combine everything. Okay. Bring it up again. Once our egg is incorporated in there, it's gonna look a little bit lumpy, but it's okay. Turn it off, bring this down, add in half of the oatmeal, and add half of the flour, or add it all together at the same time. It really makes no difference to me. Some people will tell you, oh, add one thing at a time. I just did half and half, but you could do all the flour at once and then add the oats. You just want to combine it, okay? You don't want to over mix it. And there you go. We just want to combine it. Okay, I'll show you in a minute what I mean. Come here, let me show you. See how everything is combining? Just want to do it very slow, okay? then we're just going to add in our apricots and white chocolate. Mix it all up. As you can see how it's all combining, just remove it. You can pop it out. And just get it, see how it's all in here. So just push it down. And then we're going to mix it just a little bit more to get everything kind of evenly, but it won't be too even. Or you could just do it with your spatula and combine everything. This is the best part right here. No está delicioso. Or just finish combining it with your spatula. Now we're going to form the balls to bake. So you're going to preheat your oven to 350, okay? 350 degrees. I should have done that while we were doing this, but let me go ahead and turn it on and I'll be right back. One important thing I forgot to mention, especially for when it comes to baking, this is what I have noticed a lot when I'm doing cookies. You know, you'll turn on your oven to 350 degrees. You think the temperature is 350. Sometimes it might be lower, or sometimes it just might be a little bit high. But it does kind of change a little bit on the baking, because I'm only gonna bake these for 10 minutes. And if your temperature is a bit high and you're cooking it just for those 10 minutes, you're probably gonna be overcooking it. That maybe once it rests an hour from now, when your cookies are done, they might be a little bit hard because you overcooked it. So I recommend getting one of these oven thermometers and just putting it on there and check to make sure it's at the right temperature you're going to be baking your cookies. So let me put this in and we'll start scooping them out. Okay, now that our oven is preheating, there's two types of scoops that I normally use. This one is like a medium-sized one. Probably get about maybe 12 to 14 cookies, I think. And this one will give you a little bit more, so it's a smaller one. So if you want to make smaller ones, you could go with this one. Has a black handle. I don't remember the size of it. Can't tell you the name of the size of it. Okay, so just gonna use the yellow one here. Okay, so this is how I do it. You're gonna clean it at the end, at the edge of the bowl, tap it a little, and release. Okay, you should probably be able to fit about 8 cookies. Also remember spacing them out, because you don't want them to combine and become one. So just clean it out a little. Just like that. And then, like I said, we're gonna bake them for 10 minutes, rotating it halfway through. So set your timer for 5 minutes, rotate them, and then restart it again. So I said 8. We're gonna do 8 per sheet. Now you could use parchment paper if you have any, or go buy some. Or if you have these baking mats, which I use because I also make these. I also make macaroons. So I get these that have like a template on them, so it makes it easy when I bake those. If you guys want to learn or if you guys want to make a video on how to make macaroons, please comment, and I'll be glad to make a video for that. And it's very easy, simple ingredients. The only thing is it has to be precise, and you have to do it at a certain step in ways Because if not, they just will not come out. As soon as you start piping them, and if they become too runny, throw it all away, because there's just no point of continue making those. So if you want to see a video on how to make those, please comment, and I'll make one for you guys. Okay, so like I said, we're putting 8, kind of spread them out a little. So let me finish doing the other ones, and then we'll start baking. Okay, we are back. So the temperature now is at 350 degrees, okay? So we're gonna put it in for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna rotate. Set a timer for 5 minutes. See you back in 5 minutes. Well, folks, it's been 5 minutes. Let us go ahead and rotate it and put another 5 minutes to finish baking. Well, folks, 10 minutes, well, the additional 5 has passed, so it's a total of 10 minutes. Now it's time to take them out. Oh, that looks really good. Let me just let them cool down. I have to put them in a wire rack. So let me just finish off baking the other ones. Let's put them on a cooling rack. Oops. Let them cool down for about 10 minutes. So we got 24. I'm gonna need another cooling rack. So we're just gonna put them here, cool them down for a bit. And then we'll give it a try, see how they come out. See you back in a few. All right, we got another cooling rack. Let us put our cookies there, cool them down, and then we'll see what they taste like. Trust me, when you make these, you're really gonna love them. They taste really good, especially with the apricot and a hint of rosemary in there. Oh. Para chuparse los dedos, mi gente. So, as we finish putting these here, just like that. Here we have 2 that we did. Let's get a closer shot of this. So we did a double batch, so we got 24 cookies here. So if this is something that you might want to make to take to work, share with your coworkers, or make them with your kids at home, you know, or just take them somewhere on a gathering, you guys are gonna go to a friend's house or something, make a batch of these, and believe me, they are going to love it. So thank you very much for watching another episode. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Ok, mi gente, aquí están las galletas. Si les gustó el video, por favor no se le olvide poner un like y seguirme. Ok, que tengan un buen día. Have a beautiful day.